So here we're going to talk through what it is to write a bug and some things to think about during that process. So if we open up a notepad, we're going to keep this simple since you'll probably be utilizing some sort of uh defect tracking system, bug tracking system, whatever is being used, but most, if not all, bugs pretty much have the same layout. The things that'll change is just some preset parameters or other things that you'll need to fill out that are relevant to your application. Uh, but one of the main things is the summary uh, or title of your defect, which is going to be uh, some form of brief description as to what the issue was and or some additional information about it. So you could have something like user is unable to click back button. So for this technically, depending on the complexity of the application, might be fine just as is. We could potentially add some additional information that could help indicate where exactly. So if we were to say maybe home page and then colon user is unable to click back button, or maybe home page and then dash to indicate some sort of sub area within the home page. You could say home page let's see, wizard modal user is unable to click back button. Some way to indicate, or if we were to just write that into the thing, or into just the base title, you could say user is unable to click back button in wizard, or let's change this to sign up modal. Let's change this just to keep it more consistent. Something that makes more sense. Sign up modal. The user is unable to click back button in sign up modal. Sign up modal back button does not take user to previous screen. What's another way that you could write it? I think that's fine. So you have a various information or various. So this could be where. This is where with sub area. This is like basic, but lacking specificity. Sub area, basic with area. And this is just another way to write it. So your summary should have something that gives enough information so that the individual who's going to be working on this has information as to like what is going on, where it is, Now you might also have, like, if you're working on like a mobile device, you might have like a specific mobile device issue. So maybe it's like Samsung, uh, Samsung, uh, sign up, or I don't know, fold, whatever they're on now, 7 or something. So if you wanted to like to provide like additional information, obviously you don't want to add too much, because then you've basically just written like the description on what's happening, or filled out like the parameters uh that you might have in your tracking system. So you want to keep it somewhat brief, so that looking at it, they can see it and go, oh, okay, this area, this thing, and then look into it, and then see in the description, you might have, you might have where you have like your device. Maybe it's a Chrome browser, Chrome v1234 1.12.34 or whatever. If it's like a browser specific, you might want to say which browser, Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. You might want to provide, maybe if your application has a version, you might provide that. You might want to provide any sort of roles or responsibilities. Maybe your role is a basic user or something. It depends on what your application has, that you would then provide that. You can then get into your steps within here where you're saying 1, load app 1.2 with Chrome v12, or whatever it might be. You might be specifying the app, or load the app with latest Chrome. To provide, I mean, the main goal of your steps is going to be taking them through how to get this. So maybe this is even like a pre how you would want them to like set up to get into it. Then you would provide your steps of go to it, click sign up button in some location, maybe it's in the top right, and then 3, fill out field, or maybe there's a specific thing you want to put in if that matters. And then 4, click next button. 5, click back button in top left of modal, bottom right. If you want to be specific about like the name of the button, maybe it is called the next button. Maybe it's an arrow, maybe it's a, it's how will you visually describe the thing to the person. Then you have your actual and your expected. This will probably depend on your company, but it can be helpful to make sure that you're providing what you actually see happening versus what you were expecting to see happen, unless like that it's going to depend on where you work, because sometimes companies handle those things differently. But the actual result was that the user is unable to go back to previous screen. The expected was that the user is taken back to the first screen to be able to modify input fields or something along those lines. Maybe you have additional notes that you want to add, like this was a new session that hadn't loaded the app before, if that matters. Or maybe it's you want to provide some like logs, or maybe there's some database information that might matter, or maybe you have pictures to add / screenshots, maybe a video if your company likes that. And basically anything else that can cut down that time between writing the bug and getting it fixed. You're wanting to provide enough without too much, because too much information could just add extra time to getting to a solution, versus adding just enough. Not enough could prevent the require the developer, whoever is going to work on this, to be able to fix it in a timely manner, because now they have to figure out what and where this issue is. So that's why making sure you provide some sort of quick way to indicate, or maybe there's some sort of drop down fields of like app area, and maybe you can say sign up modal, or labels. You could say like homepage and sign up modal, or something along those lines, like different ways that you can more quickly help the person that's going to fix the issue. But also this helps provide metrics to be able to better triage other areas of the application as to like what parts of our app, website, whatever, have issues. And so providing this additional information can be very beneficial to the team, so that you can see like where are there the most issues within our application, and be able to give the testing team or the development team or product or business, like whoever, information as to like what might need to be acted on. Like maybe we need better automation or more automation, or Maybe we need to have, if we work on a feature in this area, maybe we need extra unit test coverage, or we need other things done to better support the application. So it's definitely something that you want to provide enough information without it being too much, and finding that balance. You also need to work with the team to figure out what helps them figure out this, um, figure out with the team how much information is enough for them to know how to get to pictures and videos. That definitely helps, because then you can like see where the thing is, what's happening. If you know like specific naming, like if you look in the DOM, or if you're like doing browser testing, and you could look at like the elements within the application and like see how they're named, you can make sure to use those sort of common names so that it's much easier to find out where the issue is. But yeah, this is some basics in terms of like uh just things to think about in the defect creation process, and hopefully that helps.